In this video, we are going to see how to use Google Sheets drop-down function using Pabbly Connect. So this is a Google Sheet and here we have got drop-down function. So when we are integrating Google Sheets with any other application, how can we use this drop-down function? This is what I'm going to explain in this video. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. And as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. And if you are the new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user over here. And here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect, and here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now what is my objective here? My objective is to show you how to use Google Sheets drop down function using Pabbly Connect, and this is extremely easy. So I'm going to click on create over here. And here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one here is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger this, when this happens, action says do this. So in this integration, my trigger application would be Google Sheets. Let's click on this. And the trigger event here would be new or updated spreadsheet row. So every time a row is added to the sheet, so this workflow is going to run. Now here we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Google Sheets. So now I'm going to copy this and then we have to follow the following steps to set up this connection. So now I'm going to take you to the Google Sheet that I have created. So this is the sheet and here the name of the spreadsheet is drop down function demo. The name of this particular sheet is sheet 1 and we have the following column fields: name, email address, contact number, and let's say that these are the details for an interview selection process. And here we have the names of the candidates with their information, and here we have the result which is selected or not selected. I have created a drop down menu over here. So here we have got two options, selected and not selected. Now we have to go to extensions and then we have to go to add-ons. Let's click on get add-ons. As we do that, here we have reached the Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we have to look for Pabbly Connect webhooks. So I'm going to click on this and here you can see that this particular application has already been installed on my system. So now I'm going to close this. So please make sure that you have to first install it, close the window, and then it is absolutely important to refresh this page. Once you have refreshed this, you have to wait for a few seconds and then we are going to click again on extensions. And here you would be able to see Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here we have to go to initial setup. Here you can see that it has already selected the sheet. And now here we have to fill in the webhook URL that we have just received through Pabbly Connect. I'm going to copy this, go back here and paste this over here. So once done, here the trigger column. So we have selected, we have given the drop down in our trigger column. Trigger column is the final data column where the data is added. So here in this sheet, it is column D. Let's click on send test. As soon as we do that, here we can see that the test data has been sent successfully. Now I'm going to click on submit and here we can see that the configuration is all set. Now I'm going to close this, go back to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and here you can see that this event, send on event, has been checked. It is absolutely necessary to check on this. Why? Because every time the workflow runs, it will be able to send the response only when this has been checked. So once this is done, I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and here we can see that we have received the API response. So here we have received first of all the trigger column which is D. So the name of the spreadsheet, drop down function demo, this is the ID, then we have the sheet name, then sheet ID, then here the drop down that we had put. So it was the candidate was selected. So here it has captured the option and then we have the row index, name, email address and contact number of the user. So once this is done, now I'm going to show you how you can use a drop down menu. So here I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly which is router. So router is extremely important. Why? Because it helps to put conditions. So here we have got two options. So for the root one, I'm going to rename this as selected. This is selected. So if my candidate has been selected, then there would be a different process, and in route 2, if my candidate is not selected, then there would be a different process. Let's say that my candidate has been selected. In that case, first I'm going to select the label, because we have put a filter over here, which is another feature by Pabbly. So here I'm going to go to step 1, and from here I'm going to select not select or selected option. Basically, this is the drop down option. Now if the candidate has been selected, the value should be equal to selected. Okay, and once this is there, as I click on save and send test request, here we can see that the condition is true. Why? Because this particular candidate has been selected. Now if the candidate is selected, I'm going to add another action step over here. And what do I want? I want to send a mail to the person congratulating him and telling him about the further process. So here the action event would be send email. You can communicate the same through any means. You can send a WhatsApp message or an SMS, or you can save this information in a Google Calendar, etc. Now I'm going to click on connect here. And here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Gmail account. So I'm going to click on add new connection and then connect with Gmail. And here we are supposed to choose the account. So once we are done with that, Pabbly Connect wants to access to my Gmail account. And this is absolutely secure, so we do not have to worry. I'm going to provide it the access. And here we can see that the authorization has been successful. So once this is done, here we have to enter the recipient's email address. So I'm going to map this information. How do we map this? As I click on this, it is going to show me the previous steps. And here is the name of the user, and then the email address and contact number. So I'm going to click on the email address. This is how we map. Now mapping is absolutely important. Why? Because if I write this manually, then every time the workflow runs, it is only going to take the manually written data. It will never take the new data. So we have to map it so that it can inculcate the new data. And now CC, BCC, if you want to add, you can do that. Sender's name, so let's say it is XYZ company. And then we have the email subject. So I'm going to write interview result XYZ company. Then we have reply to, and then the email content type, it is plain. Now the email content. So here I'm going to write dear. And now I'm going to map the name of the person, which is demo user. So once this is done, let me write the body of the mail. Congratulations for getting selected for the final level of XYZ entrance test. You will be contacted shortly with further details, and then regards. So this is my email content. Once this is done, if you have any specific file to be attached, you can write the file name here and enter the URL here. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as soon as I do that, here we have received the API response, and this says that a mail has been sent. Let me show you the email address of the person, and here you can see that yes, we have received a mail. This is the name of the company, and this says this congratulations for getting selected for the final level of XYZ entrance test. You will be contacted shortly with further details. Regards. Now this is the first route basically. I'm going to close this. Now let's see the second route. So here I'm going to rename this as not selected. Let's click on update, and here I'm going to set the filter. So here let's say that again I'm going to go to the selected option if this equals to not selected. Right? So if this is equals to not selected, then only this workflow should run. So I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here of course the condition is false. Why? Because my candidate was selected. So now I'm again going to write a mail. So the application would be Gmail. Let's click on this. And here the action event would be to send email. I'm going to click on connect, and here again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Gmail account. Let's carry on with the existing connection. Now the recipient's email address, I'm going to follow the same process. Let's click on step 1, and this here is the email address. Then we have the CC, BCC, sender's name. Sender's name is again XYZ company. Then we have the email subject. So I'm going to write the same thing, interview results. XYZ company. Okay. So once this is done, then we have reply to email content type. This is plain. What is the email content now? Again, I'm going to write dear, and here I'm going to map the name of the person, put a comma, then let's write the content here. We regret to inform you that you have not been selected by our team for further consideration. Thank you for your time, and then regards. So this is our email content. And once this is done, again, if you have a particular file to be attached, you can write the name here and URL here. I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here we can see that we have received the API response. Now I'm going to close this and I'm going to take you back to the sheet, and let's here write a new information. Let's say the name is new test, and here is the email address, which is newtest@pablitudes.com, and then we have the contact number, which is, and let's say the candidate has not been selected. So as soon as I put this information, what should happen? A regret mail should be sent to the person. So let me take you to the email address, and yes, here you can see that we have received the information. Dear new test, we regret to inform you that you have not been selected by our team for further consideration. Thank you for your time. Regards. This basically means that our integration process is a success. And now you can understand how easy it is to use the drop-down function using Pabbly Connect. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. If in case you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.